Hey everyone, welcome to another video. Thank you so much for coming here and subscribing. I know most of you come from my main channel that is all about watercolors, and I'm really happy that you also share this passion for crochet. Now, this video is all about my first impressions and trying out a bunch of yarns I ordered from Ice Yarns. So I'm just going to share what I think and how I enjoyed or didn't enjoy trying them out, and if I maybe purchased a few more of some of these. Now, I'd like to, give a disclaimer that I'm a relatively new crocheter. I used to knit like ages ago when I had my first child, who's now almost 12. And then I kind of left that. And recently, at the end of 2020, I started crocheting, and I just love it. It's the perfect pastime for me. It's such a stress reliever, and yeah, I'm seriously obsessed and addicted. So I just want to give you a heads up. I have crocheted a few projects, a couple of house decor things, a few sweaters, but I'm by no means an expert, and I haven't tried I've tried my fair share of yarn, but not a ton of it. So keep that in mind. But I think it can also give you, especially if you're a beginner, it can also give you my perspective and what I feel is like easier to work with. So let's start with this yarn. This is the Macaron yarn, and I have to say I absolutely love this yarn. This to me seems like such a great sweater, like comfy sweater yarn, so much so that right after making this video, I went and ordered a few more. My only issue with it is the color selection. I wish they offered more colors. There were only, I think, 3 colors that I was interested in, and the rest just don't really fit my aesthetics. But I absolutely adored this yarn. I only use plant-based or synthetic yarns. I don't use anything from animals. If you want to know why, then I can write a little bit about it in the description box. I don't want to get into it right now. But I'm always looking for yarns that are synthetic or plant-based, but can kind of imitate the look and feel of what I imagine a wool sweater is. And I think this one really does the job. So all in all, I absolutely loved using it. The next one I want to try is the Ice Yarn Pure Cotton. And this one, I have here the Paint Box and Rainbow. So these are all 100% cotton, and they're all defined as actually this one is called a 3-weight yarn. This one is a 4-weight. This is made in India. This is made in Turkey, pretty sure. I think so. This is made in Bulgaria. They feel... This one I can tell you feels the most rough, the least nice, and these two are pretty similar. Yeah, maybe the Ice Yarn is the winner. I'll put the prices here so we can also take a look at that. Now, this one, they recommend 3.5 to 4 millimeter hook. I used actually a 4.5, and I think this is like pretty tight, but yeah, you could maybe get it to be a bit tighter. But you could also definitely use a 5 hook on it. And then this one I got for a shirt that I want to make from a previous issue of Inside Crochet. So this is with a number 5. Let's just look at the meters, because I think that's a good indication also. So this one has 80 meters. This one has 75 meters approximately. And then this one has 85 meters. So quite similar, but yeah, so here with the 5 millimeter hook, it's quite, I would say, open. So I don't know, we'll see. Here they say a 4 to 5mm knitting needle, so I'm going to try a 5mm hook and see how I feel about it. Before I get into the experience of crocheting with this yarn, I just want to say about the price breakdown. First of all, with ice yarns, it's true that one ball costs $1.12, but keep in mind that shipping is quite hefty. So I would usually add between, 2/3 of the price to just double the price. That would be how I would calculate the cost. So I would say that $1.12 is not the real cost, but it's rather more expensive. It's still, even if you add, even if you almost double the price, it's still cheaper mostly than the other ones. As I said, the paint box one, I felt it was the roughest, and I kind of enjoy the feel of it the least from all of these 3 cotton, 100% cotton yarns. And what I also want to mention about the Hobbii Rainbow cotton yarn is that while the price is most expensive per one ball, if you buy in bulk, it reduces significantly. So if you buy 10 balls of the Hobbii yarn, it costs you $2.28, which is almost as much as the paint box one. And then if you buy 20, then it costs you $1.64, which is probably the best price of all of these. And the advantage is that, in ice yarns, you have to buy a pack of 8. And in Hobbii, you can buy whichever colors you want. So for example, if you wanted to make a big project with 100% cotton yarn and have a lot of colors, you wouldn't be limited to buying a pack of 8 at Hobbii, and you would still get a really competitive price similar to the ice yarn price. So I think Hobbii is a definite contender if you're looking to buy in bulk. Now, as for the experience of crocheting with the cotton one, I'm not sure. I think I like the idea of making garments or items that are 100% cotton more than I actually enjoy the experience of, let's see how I struggle with a saver. This is fun. I think I like the idea more than I like the actual experience, because there is like some serious splitting, which goes to all of these 3 balls of yarn. It's just the way that the yarn is made. It has like these strings that are wound together or rolled together. So I don't think you can really avoid that. I'm thinking that probably I prefer in these weights, so like a 4-weight yarn, I probably prefer either a different way of creating the yarn, so kind of a more airy netting tube kind of structure. And if I really want the traditional 100% cotton, I should probably go down in the weight. So go down to 3-weight or something like this. Just, it's really heavy, the cotton. And I can't say that I really enjoyed crocheting it. So it's a bit of a, sometimes what you want to make is not necessarily what you would enjoy making the most. So for me, the process is a big part of it, because I do this for relaxation and not just to create finished products or, finished items for myself or for my home or my kids or whatever. So with the Aran weight, the 4-weight cotton yarn, I'm not sure it's my thing. But another thing I want to say before I get into the saver is that this is a really great, the pure cotton that I showed before, it's a great match for the Mona Lisa yarn, which we will see later in this video. Okay, saver. So saver was this yarn that I had no doubt that I will be trying out, because I heard so much about it, especially from Krista over on the Secret Yarnery. She has such a fantastic channel with, really fantastic content, and absolutely check her out if you haven't already. She has a lot of subscribers, and I'm just a brand new channel. So anyway, when I got saver, you can see it in the haul video, I wasn't, I didn't fall over myself like with excitement. because I heard such great things about it that I was expecting it to kind of feel like the Chunky Monkey yarn, which is just such a gorgeous acrylic yarn. And that was kind of what I was expecting. However, once I start working with this yarn, I absolutely fell in love with it. Unlike Chunky Monkey, it doesn't split. And I really have to say, if you're a beginner, and you don't have any kind of objection to using acrylic yarns, I personally don't have. I think they're fantastic. Use something like this, like a 4-weight acrylic yarn like Savor or the Hobbii brand. I think it's called Amigo XL. Has a very, very similar weight to it and kind of feel and experience. These are very easy to work with. They kind of, they stand. They don't just like drop all over the place. So it's very easy to work with them, to see the stitches. And once I started working with Savor, I was completely hooked. I think for blankets, it's a fantastic choice. You can wash it, you can dry it. Really, really great go-to yarn. And yes, I went ahead and I ordered a couple more colors for a project I have in mind. So Savor, a huge success. It may not have gotten me from it wasn't love at first sight, but it was definitely love at first hook. Okay, let's move on to Piccasso. So this yarn is, it's kind of a peacock. Like you see it, you love it, you are impressed with it. But then how does it actually work? So what I was surprised is how light and airy this yarn is. And I'll tell you again, going back to the not using animal yarns, but wanting that effect, I really want to find some good synthetic or plant-based alternatives to mohair and those kind of fuzzy yarns. I really love that look in garments, and I would love to find an alternative that I can use. Also, I'm not too excited about the idea of using two strands of yarn together. I'm sure it's not a big deal, but I'm definitely would prefer just to work with one. And I think this might be a good yarn for that. I want to try and find a good pattern for that kind of mohair yarn to find a nice sweater. I have one in mind. There's a website I will link you below that has just fantastic mohair sweaters, but they only do mohair. And yeah, I'm not interested in that. But I wonder how this yarn with a much bigger hook, I'm using a number 5, and you can see, it absolutely works and would probably work well for blankets or that sort of thing, or also garments. But I just want to recreate that really fluffy, airy look of mohair. So I'm going to try and do this with this yarn, and I think it could be a lot of fun. As with any kind of fuzzy yarns, it's not always easy to frog it. It did snag in a couple of places, but it wasn't. It's not a deal breaker for me because I really enjoyed the process. It's so light, it feels so soft, and the relatively frequent color changes are just, it's one of those things you just want to keep going. You want to see the colors changing. I don't know, it's a weird effect, but yeah, there you go. So another color changing yarn is the Mona Lisa one. This one is 100% cotton, so not synthetic. And overall, the experience, I felt a little bit easier to crochet with this one than with the pure cotton yarns. I don't know, maybe something about the dyeing process didn't make it so prone to splitting like the other ones. And yeah, again, I'm not sure how I feel. Overall, it was okay to crochet with it. I adore the colors. And I have to find a good project for it since I do have 16 of these balls. I bought 2 packages by accident. But yeah, I'm not sure that I'm into 4-weight cotton yarns. I think this one is defined as a 4-weight. So I have to see how I feel about it. But what I did discover working with these yarns is that this is a really good match for the pure cotton one, also from Ice Yarns, probably also the other two. The differences are not so significant, but it does match the yardage of the pure cotton and the weight. So I think you could mix those two and yeah, you know, create a project that has some color changing yarn and then some solids. So that was a good discovery. All in all, you know, I think the yarn is beautiful. It didn't give me all the feels like the Macaron yarn did, like the Savor did. And the Savor is just like such an easy yarn to work with. Really, if you're a beginner, if you want like a super affordable yarn, then try Savor. You will really enjoy it, I'm pretty sure. I used the 6mm hook and it was great. Okay. So moving on to another airy yarn. This is the Bamboo Soft Air, and it's actually only 15% bamboo and the rest is acrylic, and it's not a super cheap yarn, but it is beautiful. And again, I think I could probably use it, or I should try and use it to create some of that fluffy, fuzzy sweater, light mohair designs with it. I enjoyed working with it. Again, it's you know, it's not a fine yarn. It's a 3 or 4, I can't remember now, but because it's so light and airy, you get a lot of yardage out of it. So I do think this would be a beautiful yarn to use for kind of light sweaters or shawls if you're into it. I'm more of a scarf, of like an infinity scarf girl than a shawl girl, but I'm definitely a sweater girl. So I did enjoy this yarn, and I didn't order any more for now. I just have to kind of figure out a design or a way that I enjoy using it and see if it works. Maybe go a size bigger with the needle and kind of see the effects I can get with it. But overall, it really felt beautiful and light to work with. It doesn't split because it has that kind of net structure to it. It is a bit fuzzy, so when I frogged it, it did snag a little bit, but I thought it was minimal. And I have tried other yarns that gave me far more troubles, so definitely not a deal breaker. And I really enjoyed working with it. I like the subtle color changes, you know, that it's not like just, I feel it gives it a really natural look. And you can see it only snagged there at the first stitch. Other than that, it was really easy to frog it. So yeah, I enjoyed it, and I do think I will buy more again. Okay, Alara in the color Orchid. This is a 3-weight yarn that is 50% cotton and 50% acrylic. Yeah, it's okay. I like the color. There's a good selection of colors here. I have to use it a bit more, maybe make something out of it to see how I feel about it. It wasn't love. We'll see if this is kind of a workhorse or if this is, you know, a dream yarn. But all in all, the experience was just, you know, okay. I guess, yeah, I guess I have to find, you know, sometimes you really, really love the yarn, and then other times it just really works well for a particular project. And with this one, I think it might be just really nice for maybe some lighter garments like a tank top or something like this. So I just need to work with it a bit more, maybe find a stitch that I like the look of. In all the samples that I made in this video, I just used a double crochet because I think it's just a really basic stitch, but I really enjoy working with like a half double crochet or seed stitch or something like this. So it might be, I think it'll just take a bit time to figure out if this yarn can work for me, and we'll see. Time will tell. so far I haven't ordered more. I have to try a bit more with it, like working more with it, and then I might decide on, a garment in a particular colorway that I want to make. There's nothing wrong with this, and there was less splitting than the cotton one, so it might be easier to work with. Absolutely no problem frogging this yarn. I didn't expect it to be, and yeah, it's just, we'll see. Okay, moving on to a more luxurious yarn, even though, I think the price is kind of similar. So this one is 60% bamboo and 40% cotton. So if you're into more like natural fibers, you don't want acrylic, then I think this is pretty similar. Again, these are all, they're kind of heavy, these yarns. So I'm not sure if like the 4-weight yarn is the way to go. Maybe for like smaller projects, if you're doing like washcloths or something like that, then the weight of it is not so important, or anything that you want to be able to wash. Although I haven't tried washing anything made with these because they're still new to me. Yeah, the experience was quite okay, standard, very similar to the Alara one. I do love the color. You can see it matches my little rug there, which I steal from my daughter's room to make the videos because I just like the soft look of it. But again, still kind of undecided about this. I'm just looking at the yardage because I'm wondering if this is lighter. I'm more into the like lighter garments. I don't think I want to create like heavy sweaters. So definitely something to look for. But then on the other hand, you might wonder to yourself, okay, just go with a finer yarn. Yes, but I don't really enjoy crocheting like with a tiny, tiny needle. It takes a lot of time and I'm not sure it's for me. I really enjoy somewhere between the 4mm and, 6, 7, even 8. That's the sizes that I enjoy. It's not too finicky and not too small. But yeah, again, I think it's all a combination. If you find a project you're excited about, if you find a yarn that you love and you have a good crochet hook, then you can find a combination that works for you. But for now, I'm more into the 3-weight and 4-weight. So not really feeling comfortable about 2 and 1. But maybe this will change. I'm only at the beginning of my crochet journey. So yeah, all in all, nothing really to say about this yarn. I mean, it looks lovely and it was okay working with it. Quite similar to crocheting with the cotton yarns. And yeah, I was just trying to feel both of them. They're both nice, feel nice, the pure cotton and that half bamboo, half cotton yarn. Okay, last but not least, so this one is a bit finer. This is the Baby Cotton Beige. There you go. This is Egyptian cotton and a little bit more expensive. Again, when you look at the prices here, it's all from Ice Yarn, so consider adding 2/3 of the price or double the price. That will be your final price including shipping and handling. Shipping is really fast wherever you are in the world. That's what I've heard. This comes from Turkey. I am in Austria, not super far, but still far enough. And the 2 orders that I placed till now took a week to get to me, or 8 days. And I just placed another order, so we'll see how long that will take. I didn't buy more of any of the cotton yarns. I ordered more Savor and more of the Macaron, which I really, really loved. And a few more new ones to try with a certain project in mind. So I hope to share all of that with you. Yeah, this is lovely to work with because it's finer. There's like less splitting than with the heavier weight cotton yarns. So I'm definitely thinking if I want to go cotton, I'll probably go with, 2-weight or 3-weight. That is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was helpful, and I'm looking forward to making more videos. I have some book reviews coming up and sharing more projects and progress, on current projects. So yes, stick around, subscribe, give this video a like, leave me a comment. I would love to know which yarns you enjoy working with, if you're a fan of cotton or not, for example, and how you like to use it. Any tips and advice are always welcome, and I'll see you soon in another video. Take care and have a great day.